Legion of Doom. Today I will be reviewing The Last Witch Hunter, 2015, as there are a few others. Okay, so where do I start? So this film was released October 2015. The lead actor is played by Vin Diesel. The lead character, his name is Claude. Okay, so the general overview of the film, before I get into all the main details, is Claude was a witch hunter back in the medieval ages, and everyone he knew and all the other men that were with him all died of the plague. But it wasn't just a plague, it was a witch's curse. The witch queen, she wanted to get rid of all humans, as she considered them a pest, is the best way I can describe it. And then as he went there, he found her, he battled her, and just as he was killing her, she cursed him, because he wanted to die to be with his family, but she cursed him to live, and to live forever. So, then we forward in time 800 years, and I won't go into too much detail, because I don't wish to spoil it, but it's obviously modern day America, New York City to be precise, and he's still alive. Because he couldn't die and everything, they set up an order, the hammer and cross, or axe and cross, and every man that's been in charge of, not in charge of Claude, but every man that helps him to obviously give him new credit cards, new details, just a new life every few years or so. It's called a Dolan. So his current Dolan, which is the 36th Dolan, is played by Michael Caine. Brilliant actor. Need I say more for Michael Caine? And he wishes to retire. So the soon-to-be 37th Dolan is played by Elijah Woods. And as the story basically goes, he thinks the 36th Dolan has died, so obviously Elijah Wood becomes the 37th Dolan, and he slowly starts to realise that there's a lot more going on, because it seems that his 36th Dolan isn't dead, he's been cursed by witches. And he'd been fighting for the last 100 years, putting all the bad witches away and letting all the good witches basically have peace, and they help get rid of the bad ones and put them in a prison. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And as it goes, he has a thing that he has to remember his death, so he goes through all of that. So sorry, spoilers here. And basically he finds out that someone's trying to bring the witch back. He thought that they'd destroyed the heart, but it turns out the very first Dolan didn't destroy the heart and kept it, because it was attached to Claude's life. So that's the reason for his immortality, because it was attached to the dead queen's heart, because her heart was obviously still beating. And so the other bad witches are now trying to bring their queen back, and go through it. And then he meets this really lovely girl named Chloe, who's a witch, but she's a special kind of witch, plays by Rose Leslie. She's brilliant as always. And it turns out that the queen cursed him with immortality. She gave him hers, and she goes to take it back, and then he's got to battle, and then obviously, really sorry, spoiler again, he wins. Good guys usually do. So yeah, I won't really go properly into it because I don't want to ruin it. The storyline is pretty self-explanatory, so you don't really need to properly go into it. But yeah, no, it was an okay film. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't thinking much of it. I didn't, because obviously, unfortunately for the film, it came out during the same time as Spectre, so it wasn't going to make that much, so no wonder it disappeared from the cinema quite quickly. But I thought Vin Diesel was a good choice. I thought he fit the character well. He played it well, and I have to admit, since the very first film I've ever seen him in, he has gotten better. a lot better. So I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little bit disappointed with Elijah Wood. Sorry, Elijah, but it wasn't your best. Not going to lie. Rose Leslie, I thought you were brilliant. Well done. And Michael Caine, you're obviously a given. Um, yeah, no, it was. I thought thought it was well done. It was well timed. It wasn't too fast. Wasn't too slow. Like every film, one or two scenes dragging it out. But as a whole, I would give this film a Geek Legion Doom 6 out of 10. It is definitely sitting down. If you want one of kind of those cozy films where you want something a little bit more, with a little bit more substance, but not so much that you actually have to think about it. It's just something you can kind of just plod along through. This is definitely that film. So it's nice. It's a cozy film, and I definitely would recommend it for for a watch. So if you want to know any other information about this film, please let me know in the comments down below if I haven't already put it down the side there. And I hope you guys have a really good day. Geek Legion of Doom, geek out.